Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and I'm here to do a little channel update vlog thing for Patreon and YouTube. I'm probably going to release this on Patreon first and then release it on YouTube a little bit later. Still kind of iffy because I don't really know if it's the kind of video that would do well on YouTube, but it doesn't matter. I'm making the video anyway, right? Might as well do both. But this is a video that I think we all know kind of why it's happening. I mentioned it in Mondays with Mr. Happy, but of course, COVID-19, more commonly known as the coronavirus, is leading to all sorts of different restrictions, whether they be travel or quarantine type restrictions in different areas of the world, and especially the United States. You know, we've seen it ramp up a lot, especially in the last week to week and a half. And my area just got put into what is known as a shelter-in-place restriction. Now, it means you can still leave the house. It's not a full quarantine, but it's asking people not to unless it's for something that's absolutely essential. So, you know, grocery stores and restaurants will still be open, but restaurants will only be like takeout or delivery. Bars that don't do takeout or delivery will be forced to close, and any non-essential business will be forced to close as well until further notice. So I'm basically going to be doing my best to do my part, stay inside. We've got plenty of stuff here. We didn't go too crazy all at once buying a bunch of, you know, non-perishables, but we do have quite a bit in the apartment. We've been doing little bits of shopping here and there. And so unless absolutely necessary, I will be doing my part to not leave the house, which may sound like a surprise to you, but I actually have a routine. I very often do leave, and, you know, at least for 30 to 45 minutes a day. And so I'll have a little bit of extra time on my hands. I won't even be considering going out during this time unless it's for something absolutely necessary. So with that extra time, I figured I'd probably have time for these more like vlog style videos, very straightforward, giving you guys updates on what's going on with me, of course, the situation we just covered, as well as a kind of a sneak peek on what I'm working on the channel. I've done videos like this for Patreon before, where I record this, but I don't think I've ever actually uploaded one because I don't think I ended up liking them. But I'll make sure that this one finds its way to Patreon and YouTube after a little bit. So what am I going to be doing with all that extra time indoors? Again, it doesn't sound like a lot, but at 30 45 minutes is a little generous because I kind of take the freedom of being able to come and go when I please. And it doesn't necessarily mean that's all the time that I spend out there. But productivity has not been at an all-time high. It's been that way for about half a year at this point, maybe even longer, where it seems like videos that almost used to be a gimme, of course they're going to be on my channel, have either been slow to release or haven't come out at all. And that stems from a number of issues, both personal, just like over criticizing myself, as well as just poor work ethic, where, you know, I'll do my 7 hours of Twitch streaming in the day, and then, you know, I'll spend some time with my cat, I'll spend some time with my girlfriend, I'll want to spend some time for myself, and all that kind of adds up, and then I end up with like 3 or so productive hours left in the day. And in that time, I want to rush to get something done, and I don't end up liking the product, so I don't release it, because if it's not good, I'm not, you know, if I don't like it enough to release it, then I'm not going to. And that's led to so many videos I've gotten scrapped over the last 6 months. Like, I have a pile of videos that have just been scrapped. Even this E5 Savage guide I'm about to show you my progress on, I've scrapped it twice now, and actually 3 times if we include one of the other attempts I made at a different style of video. So yeah, it's been all over the place, and I want to take these next 2-3 weeks to kind of fix that a little bit. So what do I have coming up in the pipeline? Well, the first thing I want to show you is what I've been working on today specifically. Now, I released a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon review today. I worked on that yesterday, and I'm trying out some new editing styles. I'm trying out some new means of doing my actual voice recording, you know, ways of presenting my voice and my opinion. And you know, it's quite refreshing to do that. But one thing in particular is, you know, I've done a lot of video editing over the years, and as time has gone on, it's gotten lazier and lazier. Let's just call it for what it is. You know, I used to have some of the things that I would tell almost anyone to do. I wasn't doing them just because it takes too much time, or you know, it doesn't meet my schedule, or whatever excuse I could find. So, with the E5 Savage guide, the one that I've already scrapped twice, so this is my third try at this specific style of guide, I'm just trying to add some really basic things that I used to be far more proficient in, and instead, and still, honestly, I have to take a few shortcuts to make sure that this doesn't consume all of my time. So, you can see here, this is just really basic stuff when it comes to the actual the actual guide making. Here at the bottom, we have all the audio segments broken up into different cuts. There's still a bunch of cuts here. You can see kind of in the later half where there's no video stuff edited yet. Some of the shorter segments, these are probably mistakes where I screwed up and then go, oh, wait, never mind, and then have to do it again. That's generally what the shorter ones end up being. So when I cut this down, it'll probably be just under 14 minutes, I'd assume. Still a little bit longer than I want to. I have made a conscious effort to try and shorten my guides. That being said, I feel like this guide, I was most of my element when I was providing some of the different Party Finder strats, not just providing the one, even though I firmly do believe I have a favorite strat for each. I wanted people to have a comprehensive amount of information inside of this so they can deal with whatever they encounter as opposed to only knowing the one thing that they might encounter in the Party Finder. So that'll cut that down. I'm going to have timestamps in the description for this one. I'm really trying to be better about how efficient the timestamps are at getting people to the information they need and how good that information is. And part of that is presentation. So in recent years, I'd say my guides have gone from having like full-blown diagrams and, you know, little tiny edits to point certain things out on the screen to generally just being the fight, me talking over it, because that's honestly all I need to learn. I literally can watch someone kill a boss with no guidance whatsoever and give me a day and I'll probably have figured it all out. Now I know, you know, a day is a long time, but I need to make sure I understand debuffs and whatnot. But I prefer to learn that way. And so I've kind of tailored my guides towards that, where it's I'm telling you what to do. Here it is on the screen, and sometimes here it is being done wrong, so you know what the result is. But now I'm trying to add a little more visual flair to things like I used to. You can see that we're using new fonts. Like this is a very Thunder-esque font since it's a Ramuh. We have a little lightning effect. You can see the lightning effects in the back. I don't really want to hear myself. You guys won't hear me if I play it, but oh, my headset's turned off. I'm wearing my headset and it's turned off. I just realized that. But you can see like the lightning effects behind the text right there, and you know, doing that in certain places, making sure that I have very clear descriptions or very clear breaking points of where you would have something like a timestamp and whatnot, which is good for me later when I go to do the description over on YouTube. We're also making sure to do little things such as, you know, taking certain UI elements such as a debuff marker and blow it up on the screen and add some text so it draws some attention. You know, some really big stuff like Fury's Bolt, get a stack. You know, that's just kind of a basic of V5 Savage. Off tank, get 3 stacks. Just having more of this visual information on the screen that, as much as I don't need it to learn, a lot of people do like it. It either adds an entertainment value for people who don't really need the guide but just want to enjoy watching it, or, and I know people like that because I used to be one of them. I used to watch the old Tank Spot videos for World of Warcraft even when I didn't play. I just loved watching those videos. So I understand that. Adding a little bit of comedic flair, maybe here and there, like the Will of the Ixions, when they dash, they go, Hugh! And so I just wanted to throw that in there for when I was talking about the Will of the Ixions. And then having things like pointing to UI elements with arrows. Yeah, I used to do a lot more of these things. You know, I have a diagram here for the marker for laying things down. That's kind of a basic. I'll probably use this for a lot of videos. This is actually a good multi-function piece for me to have. And yeah, I mean, that's just how I've been going so far. About halfway through it, I'd say. There's some editing that's actually going to be a lot easier towards the later parts that doesn't require as many like special effects or whatnot. So they'll kind of almost be like the old style where we're just kind of talking about it. But I've already contemplated how am I going to, you know, specifically for Chain Lightning, you know, more visually represent the connection of the chain lightnings and the distance you have to be from somebody to be safe. And those are things I want to consider for guides. You know, this guide's already so late, I might as well go the extra mile, try to make it, you know, better than they have been in the past. And I should carry some of that work ethic with me into the following raid tiers, while also having those more comfy videos, those commentary videos, which a lot of people have told me they learn fights from those commentary videos. So I'm trying to find myself here with this one. I'm actually having a fun time making this because I'm putting in a little bit of extra effort, but there's still more things that can be done. Even looking at the parts that I have, you know, you start to see there's a rhythm being, you know, fallen into here. And it's easy to kind of get complacent when you fall into a rhythm. So even just looking at like that large gap at about the, you know, 2.5 to 3.5 minute mark, is probably a way I could better represent the information that's there versus just playing it over and over again. And I think that specific part is, well, there's Fury's Bolt get a stack. I guess that is a pretty decent visual representation when I scroll up. So yeah, you know, but that's kind of how I'm approaching it, you know, and then seeing this section right here, and maybe there's something I could add for visual representation there. So that's what I've been working on today. I did also start 2 other scripts. I want to make an ocean fishing video. I still get questions about it, and I have my shark mount, and I have a lot of information. There's resources that players don't know about, whether they be like Excel sheets that get passed around the community, or discords that can be incredibly useful, such as hunt discords or the balance, and having videos that cover topics that those specific discords are a great resource for, and then exposing people to that resource is another priority. So a hunt in 2020 video to, you know, give people at least some knowledge that they should at least be looking for resources for it, as well as stuff for the balance and things along those lines. An ocean fishing video, a hunt video, the E6 Savage guide that would come after this. Also some review style videos. I did one for Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I really had fun making it, and so I'd like to do that for the other games that I play on stream. Even if they are a little bit simpler, but they have at least some more they have a little bit more editing into them, a little bit more of the jump cuts. I'd like to, you know, transition into doing more of that. I can do a lot better with my time, and I want to do a lot better for you guys. So that's what I worked on today. That's what I was working on outside of that. And other than that, I'm just hoping that the insanity doesn't lead to hard times for people, lead to hard times for me. And I'll do my best to make sure that I do whatever the country needs me to do in order to keep everyone healthy and safe. And if it means making vlog videos like this instead of thinking about going out for a beer or for dinner that night, you know what? That's how I'll do my part. But thank you for watching this little video, this little vlog right here. Now, unlike the video you're seeing, this vlog will not have any special editing whatsoever. I do like talking into a camera and just hoping that people will listen. But thank you for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share if you're watching it on YouTube. Patrons, thanks again for supporting. You guys rock, all of you. I should probably, for these style videos, even do the scrolling list like I do for the like State of the Realm and Mondays with Mr. Happy. That would be nice, right? But thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. And until then, take care.